Hello and welcome back to another Q&A video. I was meant to be doing these monthly, but that didn't work out. But hey, I'm here and I'm doing it and you will bloody like it. Thank you for watching the video. Please don't forget to leave a little like button. It makes me really happy because I like you and it's good to hear that you like me too. Thank you so much everyone over on the Patreon Discord who did send in a question. There were quite a lot of them. Patrons are the best. Tier 3 patrons are the best of the best. Thank you all. The patron with the bestest butt is
Keep trying, you can do it. Don't rage quit.
So yes, patrons are the best. Tier 3 patrons are the best of the best, and the tier 3 patron with the bestest butt is Mika! Mika has the best butt today. Thank you so much for gracing us with your teeny tiny butt. Right, let's go. Let's do it. Right, I'm ready for it. Gimme the questions. Feed me. I'm hungry. Mikachu, who has the best butt today, you can't make it up, starts this off with, if you could only eat one dish for the rest of your life, what would it be? It used to be spaghetti bolognese, right? I could eat spaghetti bolognese every day. I have grown up and evolved, and it's now carbonara. It's still spaghetti though, but I flipping love spaghetti. Mika again says, is it becoming less of a challenge with Evie now that she's gotten a little older? Oh my god, so much. So Mika asked this back in May, but even back in May it was so much easier. Now we are in July, and oh my god, it's just such a difference. She sleeps more, she doesn't complain, she comes back when she's called, she's very polite. She still goes absolutely mental when guests come, but other than that, oh, she's brilliant, she's a little treasure. Brad Flintstone, if you could swap bodies with someone and live as them for a day, who would it be and why? Well, if I have to pick one, it's gotta be a man, because why wouldn't you pick the opposite gender? Someone really cool, obviously, and well respected. And very talented as well. I'm assuming I get their talent and personality, right? I don't like having my own lack of talent. Don't know why the first guy that jumped into my head is Troy Baker, probably just because I flippin' love him, but I think it'd be really cool. He is so cool. He gets to work on a lot of really cool projects. So that could be fun. Yeah, okay, we'll give Troy a go for the day. Mikachu, what's your favorite Pokemon and why? My favorite Pokemon is Raichu. My favorite Pokemon and Rai, that should have been Mika. Raichu. Just always when I was wee, I just thought, well, Raichu is adorable and it kind of sounds like Rachel, so I just assumed it was Destiny and it was meant to be. And then a Alolan Raichu comes out and just steals my heart and is even more competitively viable. So yeah, Raichu for life. Matt Watson graces his, I think, Q&A debut. I think this is Matt's first question ever. Is there a hobby you wish you'd taken up at some point or one that you'd like to take up in future? I always wish I stuck with music, but I'm not musically sort of orientated, I guess, but I always thought I'd be a really cool drummer. Archery is another one because just give me anything like medieval fantasy. I want to be an elven archer riding through the forests on my noble steed. I might take up archery in the future actually. There's a place nearby that does it. Well, was content creation something you always knew you wanted to do, or did you happen to start it and fall in love? If it was something you aspired to do, if there was something else you aspired to do, what was it? I wanted to be an animator. I wanted to work for Disney. I wanted to work for Pixar. I wanted to do character animation. Content creation was something that I knew existed and I tried it in the past, but I did not have the smarts nor the equipment to be able to like do it properly. So I was just like, this isn't for me. And it was thanks to Microsoft and working at Game that got me interested in it. So yeah, no, it was not part of the plan at all. I've always been kind of good at chatting, good at speaking to people. So it was just something I naturally sort of fell into, yeah. Matt Watson, why did you pick a Pomsky? Did you just fall in love with Evie, or did you know from the word go you wanted a Pomsky? I always wanted a husky. I love wolves. Wolves are like my favorite animal. I wanted a husky, but husband wasn't really a dog person. Past tense. And he was like, nope, I can't handle a big husky, no way. And I was like, well, what about a Pomsky? Because I was looking for small wolves. I was actually looking at Volhunt, but they're quite difficult to get over in this country. And then I found these Pomskys that were over in Newcastle, and I was like, Mike, it's perfect, let's go get one. But yeah, she's teeny tiny wolf, so it works for both of us. Marriage is all about compromise. JRH says, if you could completely change the game mechanics of any game, i.e. Pokemon into an FPS and The Sims into a survival horror, what would you do? The Sims as a survival horror sounds hilarious. I would make Dark Souls into a dating simulator. If you could be a VIP in one streamer's channel, who would it be? Wait, I'm a VIP in a few channels already. It'd be really cool to be a VIP in Lemmy's channel, because he is, like, heckin' cool. We'll go with Lemmy. What would you put into Room 101? I don't know what Room 101 is. Is this another Doctor Who thing? Hang on, I'm guessing it right. Is it a bad thing? Does bad things happen? Or do good things happen? Because if I put my puppy in there and then she gets killed, that's bad. But if I put my puppy in there and she is blessed with bountiful life and wealth, then it's good. I don't know. What is Room 101? I'll put a marshmallow in there, just in case. Lou Lloyd Lux! If Mace Windu wasn't such a butthole to Anakin, do you think he wouldn't have turned to the dark side? No, it was Destiny. Like, a lot of Star Wars is very Destiny sort of focused, isn't it? Like, even, like, everyone knew, like, Yoda knew, like, when Anakin was wee, what was going to happen, so... Nope, I don't think it's Samuel L's fault. I think it was just, you know, the stars. GRH says, what's a Scotch pie? It's, you can Google it. It's made of mutton, which is like an older sheep, and it's like cheap meat in a like pastry, and you sort of eat it with your hands. You get it from a bakery. It's cheap and it's cheerful. Lou Lloyd Lux, I like this. Do you think the clones felt remorse after killing their Jedi generals? They're cogs in a machine, so I think no, but then if you look at like FN2187, if you look at Finn, obviously he defected, then he meets the lass in the Rise of Skywalker, she defected as well. So yeah, I think, yeah, maybe they did actually feel remorse because they're people too. JRH, apples have some unusual names, such as Pink Lady, Granny Smith, Golden Delicious, and Mac. If you could name an apple. Were you eating an apple when you wrote this? Okay, weird apple names. Crunch Me Baby is the name of my new apple. Jerry says, who's Dr. Traeger? He's a bad guy in Outlast. Cuts off your fingers. Matt Watson, you get to revitalize one console from the past with all its games remastered. Which console do you pick? B. Nintendo 64. 100% Nintendo 64. Matt again, Dark Souls, Demon's Souls, Sekiro, Bloodborne. One of these game series gets a new sequel and the others will never get another one. Oh, that's easy. From Software have already said there's going to be no more Dark Souls. So Demon's Souls, this was obviously, Matt posted this back in May. Demon's Souls is getting a remake, which I'm cool with. It doesn't, however, need a sequel. What does need a sequel is Bloodborne. Give me Bloodborne 2. Give me another Nightmare and just completely different like scenarios, but the same mechanics and trick weapons and gothic architecture and oh, gimme. That's a subjective answer. Objectively, it should probably be Sekiro. Probably. JRH says, what impresses Shania Twain? Not much. Lux, what would you do with a drunken sailor early in the morning? I don't remember the rest of the song. I'm sorry, Lux, I don't remember. Sorry about that one, pal. Matt says, what is love? Baby, don't hurt me. Mika says, will you hurt me, baby? No. No. Hang on, is this a trick question? Like the whole would you hold it against me thing? Sin London 81, ever thought of doing a Kingdom Heart run through on stream? Love all the maiden tops. Thank you. I mean, this is a Rage Club top, but I do have a maiden top. We played through Kingdom Hearts 3 when that first came out. We then played the DLC fairly recently. I want to say it was this year. If there are any more DLC packs coming out for 3, I will be streaming them. I love Kingdom Hearts. I bought the story so far. It's in there somewhere. Oh, you can see Sora. So I have them all and there's plenty I haven't played. However, there's too many games to stream. I'd love to one day, but I don't know. Nikki, what does a perfect day for you entail? Well, these days, perfect day for me is when Evie goes to daycare and I can just sit and do nothing all day. No. It's when I get time to just do my work, get a bit of productivity out of the way, and then relax in the evening, play games. That'd be great. I love stream days, but I also love not stream days. I realize I'm answering this question really poorly. But perfect day for me is like, get stuff done, and then relax. Like, not just doing stuff, not just relaxing, bit of both. And I feel good. I took a break to go and get some lunch. I had a bagel. Monk, the dude monk, asks, what's your favourite breakfast meal and favourite cereals? It is cereal. I love cereal. Best cereals are Coke Pops and Frosted Shreddies, Nestle Clusters, oh, Crunchy Nut Clusters, and Wheatos. Ricicles. Vicky says, are you more of a sweet or savoury snacker? I am more savoury, but if I had my way, it would be more sweet. Lux, what's your take on a sweet and savoury combo? I like sweet popcorn, so I guess that is sweet and savoury together. The ones where you get sweet and salted are good. Matt says, why is Iron Brew the worst drink ever? Because you have the worst takes, as Vicky has explained here. Why is everyone else always wrong? Well, I think you're the common denominator, man, so I don't think it's their fault. Just saying. Vicky says, what's your favourite takeaway and why is it pizza? It is pizza because pizza is just the best. What's your favourite combo of pizza toppings? Barbecue sauce, chicken breast, bacon, mushrooms, sweet corn, cheese, obviously, and a stuffed crust. But like a garlic and herb stuffed crust, none of this tomato and hot dog pish. Brad says, who would be your dream podcast guest? My dream is to get Lemmy, but I know he's a busy guy. But yes, I should do more podcasts actually. It's been hard to be motivated to do them, but I will. I'll get back into it. Vicky says, have there been any game protagonists or side characters that you've really wanted the ability to kill? I don't really think that way, Vicky. I don't really... that I would want to kill? No. So the simple answer to that is no. God, Vicky. Samuel says, are you sure I can't dog nap Evie? I'm quite fond of her, so I'm gonna have to decline that. Matt says, of every boss of every game you've ever played, what one has given you the most trouble? And on the flip side, which one was the easiest? The easiest boss ever? The final boss of Demon's Souls. Right, the hardest boss ever. I spent a long time trying to do Ornstein and Smo with one hand, but that's like obviously self-imposed challenge run. I'm having a bit of a brain block and I'm struggling to see past anything that isn't Souls. I guess you could say World of Warcraft, like my WoW raiding guilds, we used to spend weeks, sometimes months trying to progress on a boss. No, it wouldn't be months, that's a bit. We were quite good, we weren't that bad. Yeah, some heroic bosses. I remember the first time that we got, like, was it heroic Lich King down? That was insane. That was really cool. It's probably something in WoW. Somebody else says, which film do you think needs a reboot? Film needs a reboot. You know what? I'm going to say something really controversial and say live action Lilo and Stitch would actually be really good. I can't think of anything else, so we'll go with that. Mikachu, why is Matt literally the worst? Matt Watson, why does Mika bully me? Lloyd sings in. Why does Matt make it easy for us to roast him? Brad is like, right, enough of this nonsense, guys. Brad is like, which film do you think did not need a sequel or a threequel? The Hobbit. The Hobbit did not need to be 3 films. I'm sorry, I'm all for extra Hobbit content, but it didn't need to be 3 films. I love them all though. The third one is pish, actually. Actually, the second one's probably the best, but the third one's pish. Still love it though, because it's The Hobbit. You have the opportunity to erase one game from your mind so you can experience it for the first time again. What game is it? Dark Souls 1. GRH, not including Soulsborne, what well-loved game or game series do you think is far too easy and needs to be updated with a higher difficulty? Why would I say that Dark Souls was too easy? Needs updated with a higher difficulty. Easy games that were too easy. Pokemon? I always thought there should be a hard mode of Pokemon where Nuzlocke rules of Pokemon fainting and dying were baked into the game. I always thought there would be a market for that. Pokemon hard modes. Yeah. JRH again, out of all the games you've played, what is the best game with a terrible story and worst game with a brilliant story? Great game that had a terrible story. Dragon's Dogma Dark Arisen. I don't know if it's the best, but that's one that I've played fairly recently. Great game. I don't know what's going on in the story. Bad game, good story. Now that's... Oh, would I have stuck with a game if it had a bad... Oh my god, will I go there? Okay, Skyrim. No, hear me out, hear me out. I just couldn't get into the gameplay. The story's great. No. Please don't hate me. I love Skyrim. Oh god, instant regret. GRH, will you still need me? Will you feed me when I'm 64? I don't feed you when you're 34, mate, so I'm not gonna be feeding you. Sorry. Brad says, what 2 franchises do you think could work as a Kingdom Hearts crossover? Style game! Oh, The Legend of Zelda and Dark Souls, because it's entirely self-indulgent. I think Zelda and Cadence of Hyrule was like, oh my god, this crossover that we never knew we needed. I would love another Necrodancer crossover, maybe even with something simple like Mario, just because doing everything in Mario, like, for example, if they made it, obviously Cadence was top down like Zelda, if they did a side scroller, but on the beat, that could be amazing. I would love to see that. CK, are there any questions you'd like to ask us? How are you today? I hope you're doing well. What is your favorite video game? Let me know in the comments. If you could play as Link in Dark Souls, would your life be complete? Oh my god, I literally just said this, yeah. If I had, there's probably mods out there for Dark Souls 3 that let me do that, and I fully intend to find them and to do that, yes. Monk, if you could be any character role in a movie, who would you pick? I would want to play, let me be Zelda in the Zelda movie. Jerry says, I was quite disappointed recently to see that Tasmanian devils don't actually spin. No, they're like little fox things. Do you feel incredibly misled by a cartoon character that you grew up with? And if so, who was it? Actually, I remember this because when I was wee, I was obsessed with Roadrunner, like from Looney Tunes, like Taz. I was obsessed with Roadrunner. And then I looked up Roadrunners because I was big into my Animal Planet and stuff. And when I saw what they looked like, I was like, where is the purple hair? Where is this looks nothing like the Roadrunner. And it didn't even have a big tail. I was so disappointed. But yeah, oh man, I remember that. Jerry says, have you eaten a crumpet yet? I've still never tried a crumpet before. They freak me out. Why have they got holes? Why do they need holes? I don't know. Vicky says scones, cream on top or jam? Cream on top of jam or jam on top of cream? Cream on top of jam. I don't have scones really very often, but it's, yeah. Jam definitely first, because then that soaks into the bread, doesn't it? Jerry says, is scone pronounced with a K after the S, or do you finish it with own? So, scone is a Scottish pronunciation, and scone is that's an English pronunciation. I realised that after answering that question, you've given the answer. You're welcome. Scone. 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 But then scone could be, that is like a variant of Scottish accent might say scone, as in like scone. But no, it's scone. Monk, what's your favourite fragrance? I really like Jean Paul Gaultier, both the female and the male versions. They are very good. The bottle is a naked body, and I would put it all over my naked body, and it would be very smelly, and I love it. Becky says, if you could play one video game, only play one video game, what would it be, and why did you pick that particular Dark Souls? Dark Souls 1, because infinitely replayable. I just want to be very good at it. I just think there's tons of runs I could do, so many different challenges, I'd never be bored, ever. JRH again says, if you could pursue another occupation completely away from a computer screen, what would you choose? I always really wanted to work with animals. I'd go work from my doggy daycare centre that we send Evie to every week. I want to work with dogs. Zixios says, here's a bit of a feel-good question, I hope. What is a trait, habit, mindset thing about you that the world would benefit from more people sharing? For me, it's my fortunate ability to focus on positives and let negatives pass in time. I am also another really sort of positive focused person. I don't really concentrate on negatives for sure. I feel you, Six. I feel like more people in the world could do with having a bit of openness, acceptance, less prejudice, all that sort of stuff. So I would say my lack of racism, transphobia, homophobia, etc. The world could benefit from that for sure. JRH says, fruit juice, pulp or no pulp? Oh, no pulp. Never pulp. Do not pulp me. Never. Matt Watson, how was your experience with the front page? Did you enjoy it? Would you change anything about it? Yes, I mean, I prepared for it so much, but I feel something still went wrong, didn't it, with the crowd control stuff. It was amazing, it was really cool. It was kind of like almost anticlimactic, because I thought we would have tons of trolls. I thought it would be follow after, and chat would be scrolling, and I had auto mod set up to like the highest level and stuff, and oh, that's Raid telling me I have full energy. But it was, I should have just chilled out. It was chill. It was super chill. It was good. Jerry says, pop question. Lemonade or cherry cola? Oh, I like both. I'll get my coat. Oh, was that a pun? I didn't get it. I like both. I like cherry Pepsi. Matt says, ONS have a falling out. Who wins the fight? I think Smo would. I don't think Ornstein's speed and tiny spiky stick would do much against Smo's big, thick butt and giant hammer. Mikachu says, how did Chudan TV get you into streaming? Liam! So Liam worked for Microsoft, and their team were the ones that approached Game Metro Center and asked us if we'd like to get into streaming. They built us a studio in the middle of the store, and then Liam and his team like came up and taught us how to stream, taught us how to use the equipment, how to interact with chat and stuff like that. And I just instantly fell in love with it. So yeah, big up Chudan TV. Matt says, as you've grown and developed as a streamer, do you tend to find your channel grows steadily, or do you find you sometimes get spikes and lulls? I have been very steady. We had a massive spike when we got partnered back in February, and since then it's been pretty steady. The thing is, with lockdown, a lot more people have been watching Twitch, but then those same people are all deciding to start streaming themselves. So I have noticed that for a while, like viewership was amazing, and then it just sort of went down. But I think it is because like literally everyone is streaming now, which is great because more content means good content. And we can all learn from each other and stuff like that. But lulls as well. Lulls are often directly linked to what we are playing, like the type of content I'm putting out. Like, for example, I could play something that is like entirely self-indulgent. Like last year when we played Donut County for 2 or 3 streams, it was a lull. It was like, but then it's like I knew it was going to be that way. So there's always, sometimes there's a reason, sometimes there's not a reason. Sometimes people are just busy. It's changeable, but it's mostly steady, Matt, yeah. JRH says, given recent ongoing events, I'm sure that many of us has made online purchases which were completely unnecessary but felt essential to get us through to the end. Have you made any such purchases? My most vital to date was a mustache comb. A mustache comb! I got these new lights, I guess, which weren't really essential, but I just wanted them. I buy a lot of fancy alcohol. I've gone from my plain Smirnoff to now I'm drinking the pineapples and the mangoes and the crazy tiki rums and stuff like that. I've been buying more clothes and makeup because obviously I'm putting everything now into content creation to try and take my mind off things. But my biggest unnecessary purchase was probably getting a puppy. Monk says, if you had the Andalite morphing technology from Animorphs, what would you want to morph into for the experience? And what would you pick to turn into for battle? A wolf! Definitely a wolf. A wolf. Lux says, you're stuck in a Fallout style apocalypse. Out of all the people you know, which 4 would you bring to survive? Fallout, right, so I need people who were ruthless, right? None of my soft pish. I'd take Jules Gill of What Culture fame. Someone who is resourceful, smart, maybe like Rich Hudson. Someone who would keep me positive, like Nikki Meacham. And what else are we missing? Someone who knows Fallout very well. Perhaps. I would take Pyrote, because he would know exactly what to do. Matt says, what's your most embarrassing moment in gaming? I'm sure this came up as a Chatty Faces at What Culture one time, and I couldn't really think of one. I guess, like, pick one of the million times that I've fallen off the edge in Dark Souls. My deathless run, we had like 100 viewers and everyone all saw me just walk off a cliff. That was pretty embarrassing. JRH has asked us for 2 facts and 1 lie. Okay, this could be fun. We could maybe turn this into a whole separate thing. Okay, so let me know in the comments which one you think is the lie. Sometimes I like dipping crisps into Nutella and eating it. So the first time I played Dark Souls, when I was going from the bonfire in Undead Burg to the Tauros Demon, I got so frustrated from doing it over and over again that I broke a controller. I've always been absolutely deathly petrified of daddy long legs, but refused to kill them. Jerry says, what is your karaoke song? I don't know. I haven't done karaoke in like ages. I guess if we go by like Twitch Sings, it would be 500 Miles. You guys like that one? Stricken by Disturbed or Let It Go from Frozen. Monk says, what are 2 musical groups that you would want to hear do a collaboration? Ooh, do you know what would be really cool? If Alexis on Fire, right, did something with Dance Gavin Dance, because they both have clean and dirty vocals. That would sound really, really good. Rigid Slinky says, what weapon in a video game series would you like to use in another series? Give me the Lancer from Gears of War in Animal Crossing. Clobrasaurus says, what kind of car do you currently have? I have a Mazda 2, it is orange. What is your realistic dream car? I've always really wanted a Mini Cooper. I don't know why, I just think they're cute. My sister and my mother have one, just to spite me. You showed the interior in one of the vlogs. I like the pattern on the seats. It's a Mazda 2, yeah. We're actually looking at getting a Nissan Juke. I like a Japanese car. I just want 5 doors. I only have 3 doors at the moment and it's driving me nuts, especially with the poopy. So yeah, I think we're gonna get a Juke. Zixios asks, what is your proudest achievement in gaming and outside gaming? In gaming, I always go back to saying it's my Demon's Souls Platinum. It took me so long, like 150 hours or something, on this one trophy. No, hang on, right, so I did most of it no bother. Yeah, it was like 100 hours getting the rest, and then it was like 50 hours or so purely on this one last trophy. It was a nightmare, but very proud of it. Outside gaming, I'm really proud of my degree. I have an honours degree. I graduated with a 2-1, which is like just the one step down from like the top grade. And I'm really proud that I stuck out and did that. And I wrote like 16,000 words for my dissertation that I had to then cut down to 12,000. I'm pretty proud of that, yeah. Also, do you have any life lessons you feel gaming taught you? Patience. Gaming taught me patience. It's something I've always struggled with in my life, and it's something I still struggle with, but gaming, especially Dark Souls, has taught me patience. Repetition is something that used to always frustrate me in the past, but I love it in games for some reason. So that really helped with that. CK says, what's the most Scottish thing you've ever done? Right, this one time, right, in university, my pals and I, we got really pissed at the pub, right, and we were walking home, right, and we thought it'd be really funny if we took a bin and then a cone, like a traffic cone, so we put this traffic cone like on the bin, and we're like, oh look, we gave the bin a wee bunnet, and then we went around like up the street, like taking all the cones and putting them on all the bins. Dundee. Vicky McKenzie, Twitch, YouTube, podcast. What's the next step in the Don't Rage Quit path to world rectification? Patreon, merch, my own heckin' animated alerts. I'm just little steps. I don't know. Those are all very big things. Maybe thinking of doing some freelancing for other companies. Getting back to the kind of stuff that I did at What Culture, but like maybe for other people. I don't know. I don't know. I'm kind of happy with how things are at the moment. The realistic next step is I want to put on my own like meetup. I want to organize a really big like literal Don't Rage Con. So that maybe is it. There you go. Next step. Let's do it. Maybe once it's safe, of course. JRH asks, do you have a party trick? You know my party trick, you know. JRH says, if you could have a completely useless superpower, what would you choose and how will you best use it? Useless superpower? I would want to talk to animals because at the end of the day it's pretty useless, but I would use it in like bets and stuff to be like, oh, his leg hurts, or oh, his tummy hurts. Stuff like that. Matt says, if you could make one improvement to your current streaming setup, what would it be and why? If you'd asked me this, which you did back in May, I would have said lighting, which I've kind of done. Currently, setup. By setup, do you mean like equipment? Because monitors are the one thing I am so loath to treat myself to because it doesn't improve the stream in any way, it just improves my life. But yeah, 2 nice new matching monitors, new PC. Jerry says, my life changed when I discovered double-sided tape, especially during Christmas time. Have any stationery items had such an impact on your life? padded envelopes for posting. Double-sided tape is a good. Masking tape is also a good boy as well. And then finally, JRH asks, have I asked too many questions? Yes. Yes, but it's okay because I just skipped the ones that I didn't have a good answer to, so it's fine. That is us. So that was a chunk of questions. And then as soon as I put in the Discord, right, that's enough questions, I got a bunch of other questions. So I'm going to be doing a part 2 with all the rest of the questions that you can look forward to in the coming weeks. Thank you so much everyone who has submitted questions on the Patreon Discord. Thank you all for supporting the Patreon and for being lovely and sexy and awesome. And Mika, who had the sexiest butt today. Good for her. Right, I'll see you all in the next one. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. I do gameplay and stuff like that as well, but I also just sit and chat pitch at the camera as well, if that's your bag. Right, I love you all. Take care of yourselves. Don't go outside without a mask, and I love you. Oh, you can go outside if you want. Just be careful. Bye!